Hello everyone, this is FireSlugger87 and today I'm going to show you guys some of the cool creations on the Minecraft server Keystone Creative. But that's not really the main point of this video. What I really want to talk about, and I have been dying to talk about for quite some time, is age on the game of Minecraft. Now I was curious about what the average age on Minecraft might be, so I googled it. And unfortunately I really couldn't find one definitive answer. But based on the polls and the threads and the numerous forums that I looked over, I would have to say that the average age on the game of Minecraft is probably between 12 to 15 years old. Now, in my experience, for me personally, that is a very young age group. Just based on my previous games that I've played. For instance, I usually play Call of Duty games, like Call of Duty Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, I played the Halo series. I played Half-Life. Now, all of these games, they're rated mature. Most of the games are rated mature. So you kind of know whenever you're playing this game that you're going to be playing with people in their late teens to early 20s. Now, personally for me, I would say that my age range is in my early 20s. So whenever I play on the server, or any Minecraft multiplayer server for that instance, I am definitely conscious about my age. So I understand that, I'm probably older than most of the players on this server. And that's totally fine. I'm totally okay with it. But it did take a little while for me to adjust to that. So the reason I can tell, like, maybe I'm one of the older players on the server, just based on the server chat, how good of a command people have of the English language. And I'm not trying to be judgmental here. This is not a video that's saying, young people are noobs, young people don't know anything. I totally understand and that, young people, they may not have like that great of a command of the English language. They may not have, the same maturity level, but on the other hand, maybe they do. And I think that's what Minecraft really was designed for, young people. Why do I say that? Well, Minecraft is all about the imagination. I think that's why this game is so popular, is that it allows young people to craft things according to their imagination. Now, I think that's one advantage that really young kids have compared to maybe adults is, they have like more imaginative concepts, more imaginative and creative ideas than maybe some adults do. And I just think, it's really cool to see what concepts young kids can bring to the server. So yeah, I'm definitely age conscious whenever I play on a server, and sometimes, I ask myself, what am I doing here? That's a very common question that a lot of people, probably my age, in their early 20s, ask themselves is, what am I doing playing Minecraft? Why am I not playing, Call of Duty? Why am I not doing something that I don't know most people in most people in the early 20s should be doing? And I think if you're asking that, then you're really asking yourself the wrong questions. I think the key question you should be asking yourself is, hey, am I too old to play this game? Seems like mostly, younger kids play it, or okay, that sound is just distracting. Mostly younger kids play it, so why is this game for, people in the early 20s? Sounds like only losers would play it, but I'm sorry, that's not the case. Okay. Um, just fun fact, guys, this is my 33rd time trying to do a voiceover for this video. The 32 previous times, I've, somehow screwed up or I mispronounced a word, and it just goes to show how hard it is to record videos for the game of Minecraft and how hard it is to speak for like 11 minutes straight without making any mistakes. So, I apologize if I screw up somehow or I offend someone. I'm not trying to be judgmental of, age groups here. I'm just trying to talk about age in Minecraft. But once again, I don't think age in Minecraft is the real question, the real issue that you should be asking yourself. I think it's about moderation. Am I playing this game too much? That's the real question you should be asking yourself. I think it's totally cool if, someone in their 20s or their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even if you're 100 years old, I think it's totally cool that you play Minecraft, even though, hey, the average age may be 12 to 15 years old. However, I do think you have to ask yourself, am I playing this game in moderation? And I think that's a belief, that's a principle that applies to a lot of things in life. Am I becoming addicted to this sin? I think to have a good life, you need to have a balance. And you need to have a healthy balance of all the activities you do. And that includes work, it includes your eating habits, it includes what your hobbies are. It can also include, all those things are serious, but, addictions, um, they're hard to deal with, and you really have to be careful about starting something new. What I mean by that, like, for instance, someone, they offer you a cigarette, and you're like, hey, you know what? One cigarette, it couldn't hurt, right? I've never had one before in my life, but why not? Like, I would be at a party and someone would say, want to smoke? And, I kind of want to be accepted, so maybe I would say yes. But here's the thing. Humans are horrible at dealing with addictions. They really are. I would say, the best way to stop an addiction is not to start it in the first place. I know that sounds sad and it sounds very contradictory, but I think it's the truth. Because if you don't start an experience, then you'll have no memory or experience of it, and then so forth, you won't have a desire to try it again. So if I don't ever smoke that first cigarette, then I won't ever have like an urge or some kind of physical or psychological need to try that cigarette. Now, it sounds like I'm getting way off base here from my previous conversation. But again, I think Minecraft, I definitely think it can be an addicting game. So I think the question you should be asking yourself is not, hey, am I too old to play Minecraft? Am I too old to be, playing a game that maybe was designed for kids? I think the question you should be asking yourself is, am I playing this game in moderation? So, am I playing this game too much? Is it taking up too much of my life? Then you need to kind of sit down, have an honest conversation with yourself. Hey, you know what? Maybe this game is taking up too much of my life and I need to tone it down a bit. And unfortunately for a lot of people, they just can't seem to do that. A lot of people, when they get addicted to something, they have a hard time acknowledging that they even have an addiction. So that's kind of like the first step, is if you're addicted to a video game or some other thing, you kind of need to acknowledge it. And that can be very difficult for some people. I know a lot of people, they joke about World of Warcraft. I've never played that game, and I've kind of made a vow to myself I would never play that game. Because I think it's, based on what I've read, it can be incredibly addicting and just take many hours of your life away. So I would have to say I play a little too much of Minecraft, especially for my age. I should be getting out more, should be doing other things. So, okay, I'm sorry, I said age again. Once again, I want to emphasize, I think age is part of the problem maybe. I know that people in their early 20s, 30s, 40s, they have work. They have other things, more activities, just more things they have to do in life. And maybe someone in their early teens, they can afford to play Minecraft for hours at a time, but not people in the older age range. So I would just have to say that I think moderation is the most important question. Just making sure that, you don't play the game of Minecraft too much, and it can be difficult at times. I know Minecraft is a very addicting game. I can attest to that myself. There are all these cool things you want to create, or sometimes you'll create something really big. I'm sorry, the doorbell rang. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about the interruptions. Thanks for waiting. What I want to clarify is that I don't think when you're playing Minecraft, you should really ask yourself, hey, am I too old to play the game? I really don't think that's the primary issue. I think the issue is, am I playing Minecraft in moderation? So, am I spending too much time on the game? Could I be devoting my time to something more productive? Or maybe I should be playing Minecraft at a different time rather than, maybe in the middle of night. Maybe I should be playing Minecraft in the early morning so I can get more sleep. But whatever the case, I don't mean this video to be judgmental of any age groups whatsoever, but I'm just stating some common truths. Is I think people in their 20s and up probably have less time for Minecraft than people in their early teens. It's just a way of life that, people, once you become 18, you're emancipated. So basically, you're kind of living on your own, except if you live with your parents, I guess. And you have to feed and support yourself. And unfortunately, there's less and less time for, video games. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say for today. Thank you for listening to this video. If you're interested, you can subscribe to my channel and put some comments about what this video is like for you. And hopefully I'll be doing some more Minecraft videos in the future and talk about other topics other than age in Minecraft. So once again, this is FireSlug87, and this is the Keystone Creative server. I'll post a link to the server IP in the video description above. And I hope everyone has a great day. Don't worry about what age you are when you're playing Minecraft. Just keep it in moderation. Okay, have a good one, guys. FireSlug87, signing out. Well, not quite, but almost. We have 5 more seconds. Okay, last time. FireSlug87, signing out.